Well, as the first 10 minutes of the first half has gone by, the first 10 minutes of the first half has drawn across. The first 10 minutes have gone by. It's still early, but they need to make sure the other team does not extend the lead. They need to make some defensive adjustments and come out strong in the first half. They need to work harder in the first half and not to fall further behind. The effort just has not been there so far today. I agree, Dora. They need to come out focused in the rest of the first half. There's no need to panic. We still have a long ways to go. They need a better all-around effort in the rest of the first half. They have not had their best stuff thus far today. They're off to a nice start offensively. They need to keep this up for 30 more minutes. They came out ready to play. It'll be interesting to see if they can maintain this lead for the rest of the first half. This game is still close and there's plenty of time left to be played. They've been the better team thus far today. There's still lots of time left to be played. They're off to a strong start and they'll be looking for more of the same in the rest of the first half. They came out ready to play. It'll be interesting to see if they can maintain this momentum in the last 10 minutes of the first half. They've been effective today at both ends of the court. Their opponent needs to make some defensive adjustments heading into the half. They're off to a very strong start today. We'll see if they can keep this up for the remainder of the game. At the end of the first 10 minutes, the score is tied. And the score is tied at the end of the first 10 minutes. The score is tied as the first 10 minutes of the first half have gone by. We have a tie game as we are halfway done with the first half. Halfway done with the first half with the score all tied up. Well, at the half, and on that note, the first half is finished. So the first half comes to a close. And halfway through this one, the score is tied at the end of the first half. They've been outplayed at both ends of the court. It's tough to win games when you're not a threat from beyond the arc. They need to knock down some threes in the second half to extend the defense and create some space for the post players to go to work. They need to find a way to slow down the other team. I can appreciate that it's easier said than done, Dora. Yes, the other team is playing extremely well. The other team is on a roll, and they're struggling to keep up. They need to make some defensive adjustments in the second half and start taking better shots. They have to be disappointed with their play in the first half. They'll need to play much better if they're gonna mount a serious charge in the second half. They showed a lack of interest on playing defense and the score shows them. An embarrassing first half. Let's hope they come to play in the second half. The effort has been there. They don't trail by much. The effort has been there. Still a close game. The assist stats told the story, Dora. They did not play well together as a team. They need to make an effort in the second half to run their offensive sets and get good shots. The difference in the first half was their shooting performance. They really struggled offensively. They need to pass the ball, take better shots in the second half. Their shooting performance has not improved very well in the first half. The other team did the necessary stuff and challenged every shot. But this team tried to score points down low in the paint, but they have fallen behind because of poor shooting. That's right, Dora. They need to start playing like a team that likes to take control of this game and reduce this deficit. Right now, they're on the wrong side of the score. They are in complete control of this game and will be very tough to beat. It's difficult to imagine the other team making a serious run. A spectacular stretch has given this team a commanding lead. They've killed the other team with defensive pressure and great movement on the offensive end. They've put together a dominating performance in the first half, Dora. If they can maintain this lead in the second half, it'll be harder for the other team to catch up. They played some outstanding basketball in the first half, Boots. What is going on with the other team? I don't know, Dora. Maybe they're playing solid defense or challenging shots, which is hurting their chances of coming back. But this team put on a terrific performance. Tremendous run to end the first half. They did an outstanding job of protecting the lead and avoiding the letdown. They've maintained the lead by demonstrating better execution at the offensive end. The other team is coming on, Boots. Won't be easy to hang on for the win. They did some nice things out there. One of the key factors in the first half, free throws. They shot very well from the line. They need to keep it up in the second half if they're going to win this game. They were able to hit threes from downtown, Boots, to extend the lead. Yes, Dora. The other team needs to do a much better job of challenging threes if they're going to come back and win this game. Must be entering the locker room with a heavy conscience thinking that he's letting the team down. I don't know, Dora. You don't become a star in this nation without having some confidence in your game. He knows his teammates have done a good job in the first half. He's got to put it behind him and just come out and play his game in the second half. Seems to be in trouble tonight. What on earth is going on with his scoring, Boots? I think this is an issue the coaching staff will definitely address during this intermission. They don't need to hit the panic button just yet. It's a close game. The other players have done a good job so far, but they'll want to see him get going in the second half. Should take advantage of this break to recuperate from his scoring drought. I suggest he should. Take some deep breaths, relax, and look on the bright side. He can't buy a basket from the field, yet the score is close. Credit goes to the rest of the players stepping up to fill the scoring board. His offensive performance somewhat ordinary. I think he's sacrificing individual stats for the greater good of the team, which is to win night in and night out. They have a tall order ahead of them. Let's see what brand of basketball they will be playing in the second half. Had a tough half. They had expected more out of their main gun. He's got to re-examine in his game plan. Whatever his plan was in the first half hasn't panned out for him. This game is still close, but if he continues to have a weak game, they may find themselves in hot water. Has had a subpar performance tonight. Yeah, Dora, he was entirely out of character in the first half. I'd expect him to come back out after the break and try to run some plays for him to get him some easy baskets. Hopefully, that gets him going and turns his game around. Better hope to bounce back for his weak first half. I think a lot of people are expecting him to. A player of his caliber, he's not going to have two bad halves, especially since his teammates have done their part to keep this one close.